EPA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for February 22nd, 2022, 2/22/22. And it is Tuesday, and we have rain moving into the region today. We have cloudy skies, very mild conditions today. As you can see above me, 52 to 60 is the spread in temperatures today. A lot of you will see most of the concentration of this rain moving in during the afternoon and part of the evening hours. And then we just have intermittent showers here and there after that point. Same thing before this point, before it rolls in. And this is going to be very mild this time because we have low pressure moving well inland. This is going to cut northwest of Detroit here. So this is pretty far inland. This is actually a warm front moving out ahead of us, supplying this rain moving through our region. So this is not a full brunt system like we had several days ago, which we had a very high wind event with. This is nothing like that. So we're going to have some gusty winds as we get into the evening, but the wind gusts there are generally 30 to 35 top gust, and that's it. And we're looking at considerably less rain from what we dealt with last week. So here's what we have going forward from this point, and you can see the rain moving across the region. The first will be with the warm front, and then the trailing cold front will move through very late at night. And by the time we get to Wednesday morning, it will be affecting just our southeastern areas, and that's it. Okay, and this is all going to be rain from start to finish. No chance for any kind of frozen precipitation, at least not with this particular system. Next one, different story. Here's what the total rainfall looks like today. Most areas under a half inch in the green areas that you see here, but there is an area, there's a swath in here that continuously shows up in these areas across the Poconos, higher elevations that are getting generally half to 3/4 of an inch, maybe a few spots in the very highest of those elevations. You get to Mount Pocono and places across Sullivan County, Wyoming County that are the higher elevations up there that could get upwards of an inch. But otherwise, we're looking at generally a 1/4 to a half inch across most places. And then once you get down below I-95, actually south of Philadelphia here, you're looking at a couple tenths of an inch of rain, and that's it. So that's our precipitation outlook for this particular event. Here's the NAM high-res future simulator radar. I'm going to start this off at 10 a.m. You can see the upper right-hand corner where the timestamp is. This is actual time. You don't have to subtract time for this. A few spotty showers maybe around early in the morning, but the concentration this is going to move in during the afternoon, as you can see here. Okay, so this is the concentration of the precipitation along the warm front as it moves through, and this will go all the way through the evening hours, and then we'll start to taper to intermittent showers once we get in deeper into the evening hours. This is 9 p.m. So some intermittent showers continuing here at this point, but the heaviest concentration, if you will already be over by that point. And these intermittent showers will go through about midnight, and then after midnight, you really don't have too much going on here. Getting into early morning on Wednesday, the cold front is all the way down here. So it earlier looked like we might have an opportunity for some showers lingering into Wednesday morning. There still is a very low chance for a stray shower in the interior. I'm not going to eliminate that chance entirely. However, the concentration of any shower activity will be down further southeast across the Delmarva here. So we're not looking at this lingering very long, okay? So now we're going to get into the next system, because this is this cold front that's coming through is going to set the stage for that system in particular. We will not have a cold push come in on Wednesday. It's going to happen overnight. So we're going to have temperatures still very warm here on Wednesday, and you're actually going to have any morning clouds giving way to sun on Wednesday, and you have temperatures in the 58 to 68 degree range across the region. So it's going to, you thought yesterday felt like spring, and it did. Just wait till Wednesday when the sun comes out. You have the early shower threat for, again, southeastern areas, but this is going to be a pretty nice day. I'm actually making a run at 70 degrees, I think, close to the Philadelphia region. But that, as soon as that front comes through, which is going to be overnight, you can see these height lines here. The reds are starting to sink off to the south and replace with blues again. That's going to indicate temperatures decreasing. Many interior areas get down back in the 20s overnight on Wednesday night, and then on Thursday, we are just mainly cloudy throughout the day. Cloudy and much colder. Temperatures in the 30s for a lot of us, except for down here by Philadelphia Point Southeast, you get about 40-ish or thereabout. Okay? Elsewhere, you're in the 30s here for highs on Thursday, and still cloudy. Once we get past this point, we get to the evening. Here is the opportunity for something we didn't want to see, which is freezing rain. Unfortunately, this does look like an icing event, and this was my original thought when I did the long range last week already, actually before that. In the long range outlook, I put that in print. It only comes out once every week, and it's every Friday morning, and I said that we're leaning toward this not being a snow event, and it's going to end up being an icing event, maybe changing to rain. Well, guess what? That's what it's doing. Okay. Now it's just a matter of how much ice we get And is there going to be a saving grace at the onset where you get some sleet, at least for some of those far northern areas, or maybe some snow that could cut down on some of the icing accrual? Because these areas up north are going to be cold a lot longer than areas further south. So if you can start this off as snow or sleet, that is a saving grace, because you want that more so than you would the freezing rain. Freezing rain is very difficult to travel in. Even if you're not going to get a tremendous amount of freezing rain on the roadways, because the roadways are going to be the antecedent warmth that we're going to have, especially here on Wednesday. It's going to be very warm. It doesn't. The roadways don't just get rid of that cold, the warmer temperatures from radiational heating very easily. So even though ground temperatures may be below freezing, it's going to take a while for those to cool off. So it's not going to accrue on the roads very easily unless you get further north. Further south, you're going to struggle for a while. But there is an opportunity for at least elevated icing, elevated surface accrual of ice with this. And unfortunately, this is painting a picture, and it has been for several days, of just through the heart of our region here, northwest of I-95 and north of I-76 in Pennsylvania, seeing a decent amount of ice out of this event. So not saying south of I-76 in Pennsylvania won't get into it. I think you will, at least initially. But then you're going to change over here probably late Thursday night or maybe very early Friday morning. And then the rest of you further north will change the rain eventually, but it's going to take its time to do so. This is not going to end until Friday afternoon, okay? And it might end briefly as just plain rain. New Name is doing a very similar thing here, where it's bringing this in, but see all this orange in here? It's actually showing a lot of sleet on the front end. So again, not a lot of snow, and that's fine. We weren't expecting much, but sleet is a lot better than freezing rain. So if we can get in a prolonged period of sleet as opposed to freezing rain, that would be a godsend, because we just don't need the freezing rain accrual. And if we can limit that as much as we can and waste that QPF, so to speak, on sleet instead. At least sleet, you have traction. I know it's ice, but it's a different form, so it's not like a skating rink like you would have in the case of freezing rain. So we're going to continue to follow this for the next couple of days. I'm not at the point where I can sit here and tell you exactly how much freezing rain any particular area is going to get. That's not going to come until at least tomorrow. We might put some. We're going to put some icing amounts out, maps out for this. Maybe a sleet and snow accumulation map, I should say, for far northern areas, if that does in fact take place. It would be most likely near the New York-Pennsylvania border, the closest you get to that, where you could see those minor accumulations of snow/sleet, since they're the same category, since they both accumulate. But also, more importantly, would be our ice accrual map. So we'll see how these trend over the next 24 to 36 hours, and then we'll come up with some maps and see where we're at. Right now, this does not look like it's an avoidable thing. And we're clearly trending in one direction, which is not really a snowstorm. It's more so an icing event that may end, if we're lucky, as some rain here on Friday afternoon before this pulls away. And then after that, we turn dry for the next couple of days, we think. We're going to watch the Sunday night time frame, Sunday night and Monday morning, with the system pulling off to our south. It is mostly sunny here on Saturday and cold. Colder than average for this time of year. We're going to be stuck in the 30s, lower 30s, in fact. And then once we get to Sunday, we're going to turn a little bit milder just for a day. But, I mean, milder is relative, though. It's still going to be slightly below average. But temperatures are going to increase a little bit from Saturday, Sunday. Partly cloudy skies expected here. But then there's a system off to our south we have to keep an eye on, because the European model keeps hinting at this, coming awfully close. Awfully close. This is too close for comfort. Most guidance misses with this, but I don't want to write this off, because there's going to be some cold air in place at this time. And if things line up correctly, you could have something Sunday night into Monday morning, at least, with some snow. So we'll see how that goes, okay? We'll continue to follow this over the next couple of days. And then either way, this pulls away here on Monday, and then we are looking at partly cloudy skies and cold conditions in its wake. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for February 22nd, 2022. Have a great Tuesday.